Okay guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk about AWS S3 storage simple storage service. So what is S3? The S3 basically it's a service which is provided by Amazon, Amazon Web Service, which is the service which is used for storing your object, any type of data you want to store on the cloud, and it's really secure. It provides you 11 nines of durabilities, and you can download your data, retrieve your data at any moment of time in your life whenever you need it. So basically, if I talk about the S3 simple service, it's a storage for the internet, and you can use the Amazon S3 to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere on the web. So all you just need to just do some few clicks, and you will going to upload your files on the S3s, and you can download at any time, anywhere in the world. So you don't need to worry about the servers. You don't need to worry about storage devices like you need the hard disks or the external hard drives just to carry and putting your data everywhere. So you don't need to carry anything. Everything is going to be done by Amazon at the moment, and you can create the bucket, and each bucket in which you're going to put your data. Now, if you guys don't know about Amazon, you don't have any idea about a AWS account or management console, don't worry. I'm going to show you in the coming video how you can create an account and how can you put a new creating a bucket and put your data into it. Okay, so it provides a very features, like if I talk about the industry's leading performance, scalability, availabilities, and durabilities, it provides you very range of cost-effective storage classes as compared to the on-premises. Right now, it also easily manage data and access control. So basically, S3 is one of the good choices and everyone using in the world at the moment to storing their data, even from the startup to the big enterprises. Everyone is using S3 to store their data, and you can retrieve data at any given time from anywhere in the web. Okay, now the Amazon S3 storage classes, they are providing six different storage classes. The Amazon S3 standard is the general purpose one. Sorry. The S3 standard for offers the high durability, availability, and the performance object storage for frequently accessed data because it delivers the low latencies and a high throughput. So S3 standard appropriate for wide variety of the cases, including the cloud applications, dynamic websites, and the content distributions, mobile gaming applications, and the big data analytics. So this is the general purpose which is used by a lot of companies right today's world. If I talk about the key features, it provides you the low latencies and the high throughput performance. Basically designed for durabilities of the 11 nines. That means your data is going to be very safe in you putting your data in a very safe hands. The resilient against events that impacts an entire availability zones. The design for 99.99% availabilities over a given year. It also supports SSL and the lifecycle management policies. If you guys really don't know any idea about the SSLs and the lifecycle management policies, don't worry. I'll going to start making the videos from the basics level to the advanced level, and you will going to learn each and everything. What is versioning, how you can create versioning of the S3 bucket, what is the lifecycle management policies, what are the SSLs, and everything. So just don't worry about it at the moment. So now you know the S3 standard general purpose storage class now, which provides you the high durability, low latencies, and the high throughput. The next one is the S3 intelligent tiering storage class. This is the uses the machine learning algorithms in behind, and basically when you don't know that you require a data or you don't need the data too frequently. Let's suppose like you put your data on the S3 intelligent tiering for 45 days, and among the 45 days you only using 80% of the data. So what the S3 intelligent tiering is going to do, it will going to put the 20% of the data in the cost, which is going to be into the another storage class, which is going to cost you a little less. So it uses the machine learning algorithms in the behind, and it's going to see which data you are frequently accessing and which data you are not frequently accessing. So now I'm going to read some of the points. Like the S3 intelligent trading storage class is designed to optimize cost by automatically moving the data to the most cost-effective access tiers without performance impact or the operational overhead. It works by the storing objects into two access tiers. One tier is optimized for the frequent access, another is for the infrequent access. And all the infrequent access is going to put into the lower cost tier. And the Amazon S3 monitors the access patterns of the object in the S3 intelligent tiering and moves the one that has not been accessed for 30 consecutive days to the infrequent access tier. So basically, it's going to see which data you require frequently and which data you don't require frequently. Now, if I talk about the intelligent tiering key features, the same low latencies and high throughput as this S3 standard general purpose, and small monthly monitoring fee and auto tiering fee. It is not free as compared to the S3 standard. Automatically moves objects between the two access tiers based on the changing access pattern. It also provides you the durability of the 11 nines of object across the multiple availability zone. Also, the resilient against events that impact the entire availability zone. Now, if you really don't know what is region and what is the availability zone, just imagine the availability zone in which you have a lot of data centers you are putting together. And when you combine a lot of availability zone, then it becomes a region. So each region have maybe two, three, or even more availability zone. And it also designed for 99.9%. If you note that in the S3 standard we have the availability of 99.99%. In the S3 intelligent tiering we have the design for 99.90% availability over a given year. So that's the basic difference, and it's not free as compared to the S3 standard one. The infrequent access is the third storage class. By its name, it is clear that there's three standard infrequent access when you don't need your data infrequently. So the S3 standard infrequent access is for the data that is accessed less frequently. You don't need the data frequently, but when you need it, you require a rapid access when needed. So the S3 standard infrequent access offers the high durability and high throughput and low latencies of the S3 standards with a low per GB storage pricings and per GB retrieval fee. This is a combination of a low cost and high performance, making the S3 storage class standard infrequent access idle for long-term storage backups and the data stored for disaster recovery files. Now, if I talk about the key features, the same low latencies and high throughput performance for the S3 standard, designed for durabilities of 11 nines, resilient against events. Only the difference is here also as like the design for 99.9% 0% availability over a given year. Now the Amazon S3 one zone infrequent access is also same as the Amazon S3 standard infrequent access. All the difference is that in the S3 uh, standard infrequent access, your copy of the data is spread into a three availability zone, so that and anyhow like one availability zone is going to be destroyed completely by the natural disaster, you can still recover your data. But when the one zone infrequent access, you have only your data is going to be stored in only one availability zone, and if anyhow by natural disaster, if the one availability zone is just got destroyed, you will lose all your data. So it's going to cost you a little less, but your data at risk very high, I believe. So S3 one zone infrequent access is for the data that is accessed less frequently but requires rapid access, unlike the other S3 storage classes which store the data in minimum of three availability zones. S3 one zone infrequent access stores the data in single availability zones and costs 20% less than the S3 standard infrequent access. Now, if I talk about the key features, same as the low latencies and high throughput performance of the S3 standard general purpose, also designed for the durability of 11 nines, but here the design for 99.50% availability. In the standard, we see the availability is 99.99%, while in the S3 intelligent tiering and S3 standard infrequent access, we see the design for the availability of 99.90%. Now it also reduced to in the S3 one zone to 99.5%. Now the fifth storage class is the Amazon S3 Glacier, and the last one is going to be the Glacier Deep Archive. What's the difference between them? Now we're going to see it now. So the Amazon S3 Glacier is basically the S3 Glacier is secure, durable, and low-cost storage class for the data archiving. You can reliably store any amount of data at the cost that are competitive with or cheaper than on-premise solutions. To keep cost low, yet suitable for varied needs, like the S3 Glacier provides three retrieval options that ranges from few minutes to hours. Basically, the Amazon S3 Glaciers people use for that things like you just put your data, and when you want to retrieve your data, you have to wait from few minutes to hour. Now, if I going to talk about the key features designed for the durabilities like 11 nines, data is resilient in the event of one entire availability zone destructions, also support SSL, low-cost design is ideal for long-term archive, and configurable retrieval time from few minutes to hours. Now, the last storage class is the Amazon S3 Glacier Deep Archive. The Amazon S3 Glacier Deep Archive is the Amazon S3 lowest cost storage class among all the six storage classes. Basically, you use these storage classes when you just want to push your data and you forget about your data. You don't need to retrieve your data with a rapid access, or you don't want your data very frequently. So what you done, you just put your data into S3 Glacier Deep Archive because it's going to the lowest cost. The cost is going to be very less at the moment. So it is designed for the customers, particularly those in highly regulated industries such as the financial services, healthcare, and the public sectors that retains the data sets for 7 to 10 years or even longer to meet the regulatory compliance requirements. Now, if I talk about the features, it also provides the durability of 11 nines, the lowest cost storage designed for long-term retentions of the data that will retain for 7 to 10 years, but the retrieval time is going to be within 12 hours. So you just be careful with the retrieval time. If you don't worry about the retrieval time, this is the best one when you just put your data and you don't need it. So big thanks to to the AWS team who make this stable and give us a very generic view. So now you have see all the different storage classes: S3 standard, intelligent trading, the standard infrequent access, and one zone infrequent access, S3 Glacier and Deep Archive. All are designed for durability of 11 nines. But if you see the design for availability, is the S3 standard is have the highest availability of 99.99%. S3 intelligent trading and standard infrequent access have the availability of 99.90%, and the one zone has the lowest among all of 99.50%. All our availability zones are greater or equal to 3. That is, the minimum 3 is the availability zone in which your copy of your data is going to be spread, but with only the one zone which is going to be in the one availability zone that your data is going to be stored. Now, if I talk about the minimum storage duration charge, is nothing for the S3 standard. S3 intelligent tiering is going to be charged for 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, and 90 days, and 180 days. The retrieval fee is nothing in the S3 standard at the moment. Even on the intelligent trading, the retrieval fee is nothing, but with the all rest 4 is going to be per GB retrieve rate. And the first byte latency, if I talk about the milliseconds in the S3 Glacier from minutes to hours, and from the S3 Deep Archive, you will have to wait for some hours, maybe going to be 4, 5, 7 hours. So every storage type is going to be the object, and everyone supports the life cycle transitions. Now I'm going to show you some pricing thing. So this is the pricing one. So S3 standards for the first 50 terabyte of the data per month, it's going to cost you 23 cents per GB, which is very, really cheap. And similarly, you can see for the intelligent trading, standard infrequent access, one zone access, and you can see the Glacier Deep Archive is 0.00099 per GB. I don't even know how to say in cents or in dollar. So hope you guys now have a brief idea about what is Amazon AWS S3 and their different storage classes. Now in the next video, we will going to make our hands dirty and we're going to do some create some buckets and going to put the data, and I'm going to show you everything in a more deep dive, you can say. You can going to learn about it. So that's it for this lecture, and I'm going to see you in the next lecture soon. Okay, bye bye.